And stream it. Bitrate. I see a bitrate. Channel. There I am. Okay, close that. Then, what's going on YouTube? Connect streaming software to start a preview. Viewers will be able to find your stream once you go live. It should be live. Go live. Restream. YouTube streaming. It says I'm streaming. Hold on, let me go open it. Live. What is that? Moderation close. Okay, wait. I'm live somewhere. Moderation close. Okay, wait. I'm live somewhere. I am live on YouTube. Okay. Sweet. I'm closing those. I am a confused old man on YouTube. No, I'm kidding. So I am live. My name is Nick Grotto, and I am with Nick's Game Grotto. I play games on Start Playing Games, and you can find me at nickgrotto.com. If you want to talk to me, the best way to do that is not in the chat here or in the chat in Twitch, in the chat in YouTube, in the chat in Twitch. I barely look at that. I do look at my Discord. Come join my Discord. So, that being said, I will show you where I am. Start playing .games/GM and then Nick's Game Grotto /Nick's Game Grotto, and then on my website, it's just nickgrotto.com. It's real easy. And then you could link to start playing games, but more importantly, you can join my Discord. And right now it's pretty open. I'm going to have to put rules and stuff, but right now, hopefully I don't get bombed. I'll just shut the whole server down. And start again. So, what I'm doing today is I am... No. I am making Daggerheart for this heavy hitters competition. I am going to submit one, but I'm probably going to make more than one, right? So why am I doing this? Because I play games professionally, and I've been playing Daggerheart now. I've gamed, I've GM'd 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sessions, right? So I have tons of experience, and I can talk about this. I've also made characters, and I've transferred characters from a 5e game into a Daggerheart game, and I changed a whole game, my game Pasta Niti, to Daggerheart. I'm going to close this window real quick. Boom, so I can see myself. I'm going to try to talk to the camera and not to me on screen. What's this? And yeah, so if you want to chat with me, actually, you know what I should do? Let's see how horribly this goes. I'm going to go into the Game Grotto, and I'm going to go into the lobby. And I think people can join me there, if you like. See how this goes over. I can, if people start coming in, I can do a quick switch, throw my headphones on and stuff. I do have to check my phone. I'm trying to work in So, um, so I think I'm going to take a shot at entering another character. The first character I made, and it's always the first character I make when I start a new system, if it's like, if I can, is my main character that I play, which is Halali. And you see she's in a campaign. And it's like my first gaming group. Started out as a book club that I wasn't in. But Halali is a Sorlock, 5 sorcerer, 2 warlock, and she is like chaotic and has like a lot of energy type spells. So if you look at her spells, Eldritch Blast, Gust, Mage Hand Message, and mental stuff. Mind Sliver, Sacred Flame, because she is a divine soul. Spare the Dying. Again, I'm the only healer, but I wanted to also do a lot of damage and have like a wild character. So you see, armor class is through the roof, 21, and with if I cast shield, it goes up to 26. So I'm real hard to hit. You see my hit points though, are not that like, so if I take like 2 or 3 hits, I'm down, right? So I'm a bit of a glass cannon, but a nimble glass cannon. Um, Man, I need a rest. Okay. Sorry if that whistle drove you nuts. But Honor of Agatha's, I rarely ever use it. Misty Step, Dust Devil, so there it is. Guiding Bolt, Sleet Storm, Witch Bolt. So it's all like lightning-y type, storm type magic, even though she's a divine soul. That's why I get the inflict wounds and stuff like that, right? Super fun character. I love this character. I love playing this character, and I love using this character as a NPC in games, right? So then the way I'll do that is you could really easily use a character stat block and just like say, all right, I'm only to touch certain spells on it, right? Or I'll reduce their hit points, or I'll reduce their AC. I'll reduce their AC, something like that, right? Um, so I like this character so much that I've done a bunch of artwork for her. And I made her in Daggerheart. If it ever opens. There it is. All right, so here's Halali in Daggerheart. Evasion is 12. So, so conceptually, I want her to be the same type of character, right? So somebody who doesn't have a lot of armor, right? Clearly, Halali in this, it's a lot of armor, but like a lot of that comes from the dexterity. And I have Elven Chainmail and Frig. I could turn on Armor of Agatha's. I could turn on Shield. Where does this come from? 14 from Elven Chain, 2 from Dexterity, 1 magic bonus from an item, 2 magic bonus. All right, so I got 3 from magic items, and I'm carrying a shield, right? So I have War Mage, the War Mage feat. So I have a shield and a whip, or a shield and a rapier. I usually use the shield and the rapier, but I use the whip to like yoke people up. My GM is very generous like that. Thank you, Kay. So like I'll use the whip more as like a grappling tool. Bum, bum, bum. So I like this character, and you have all that stuff. You have sorcerer, but she is a Sorlock, right? And the stuff is all different. Ooh. Yeah, this stuff is all different, right? So you don't have like really a warlock class, and because of the way the spells work, it and making casting spells is very different, right? Significantly different. There's no spell slots. It's a lot of times it's can't use a hope, use a stress. once per session, once per long rest, once per short rest. There's a lot of different caveats on which spells you can and can't use. So when you're picking spells in Daggerheart, you have to be very cognizant of what those conditions are, right? So you want to have some stuff that's like, they have stuff that's like cantrip where it just pops off, right? Uh, those usually come with the class. So I'm going to be making decisions about that. I could forget about the warlock, and I'm going to go with the rogue, because rogue starts with the highest evasion. And while I haven't checked the rules 100% yet, I'm pretty sure that you're going to get the evasion score of your starting class, right? So we're going to have to go the opposite. We're going to have to go rogue sorcerer, right? Rogue 5, sorcerer 2, and then do, because you, we'll check the rules, but I'm pretty sure you have to take a character to level 5 before you can multi-class. I'll double check on that, right? But if that's the case, and I don't know how it works, I didn't try to multi-class yet in Demiplane, so we'll be figuring that one out together. If not, we'll literally use like little screenshots and build a character sheet in Photoshop. So let's get started. Oh, but I was told that I should do other content. So what I am going to do is I'm going to quickly get up. I'm going to find some royalty-free music first. Let's find royalty-free music. Adobe stock royalty-free music. Oh, I should look for that. I'm not going to do that now, but I should do that. I think I was using Upbeat. I think I liked Upbeat. Yeah, not Trap. Underground or Chill Hop. Let's go Underground. Let's get my Discord up so I can see it. And I guess I will be in the general chat. Everybody should have access to that. And I'm talking in the lobby. So we'll move this out of the way. And we will. Oof. Not see these waves. I think they stop moving when I click off of it. Yep, they stop moving when I click away from it. Boom. All right, we are going to pick a song. Considerably. All right, how's that sound? Let's see. Ba-ba-da, audio mixer. Oh, it's pretty low. All right, we'll go take it up a little. Because it's not coming through on the mic. Let's see how much louder I can make it and have it come through on the mic. It's coming through a little. And I don't even like that much. So we'll make it real low. You guys are barely going to hear that. All right, I'll be back in 2 seconds. I just want to go see if something is on the table in my living room. All right. So Valerie, a super creative person who I married, was also wanted to make a Daggerheart character, right? So, for this competition. So it's not like a competition for this thing, right? So what it is, she asked me a bunch of questions, right? Because she knows I like to talk about this shit. So she asked me questions about the and I'm going to use the right terms because we did not write those down. Game rules. Oh, also, if you go to Demiplane, DEMIPLANE.com, you can sign up to use the playtest material. I'm sure once it comes out, you're gonna have to pay for it, but for right now, it is free for playtest, right? So we have classes, we have ancestries and communities, right? So we'll go over the ancestries first. All right. So, and basically, we're talking about min maxing these characters. So now I'll get into it. Uh, when I say min maxing, I'm talking about two different types of things you can do. So, and I don't know if this is correct or like you could correct me if you like in the comment section. But um, when I think of min maxing, I think of minimizing your weaknesses and maximizing your strengths. And what that means uh, is trying to bolster up your weak points and to maximize your hit efficacy or a certain type of effectiveness that you want to do, right? So that gives you a more well-rounded optimized. So when they say optimization, if you do the like Treant Monk, I think is his name, excellent, like he says, he's like an optomancer and he is for 5e. So that's like optimizing a character, and that means like picking certain classes that go with certain races, that work with certain feats, that have certain equipment, and putting all those things together to say get more hits in, right? Or have a tactical advantage, or have, and I'm thinking in this game, having a social advantage is going to be a big one, right? So you could have like a socially OP character, right? So I made a social OP character. It was a wizard named Karenzi that was dope, but she was basically a combat skipper by using, she could use a bunch of suggestions, and it was fun. I really messed up my GM's game by just skipping everything. We were on a fetch. We went to fetch a princess and bring her back. Not really that. It was really fun. But basically, we had to go get somebody in behind enemy lines and then bring them out. Right. So it was a little bit of an escort mission, but it wasn't totally an escort mission. So it was also an infiltration mission. So fuck was I talking? Oh, so that's the type of optimization you could do. The other type of min maxing that I like to do, and this is my way I min max, is put the minimal amount of resources in your weak stuff and like the most amount of resources to strengthen yourself in some way, and then like have like some like buffer thing, right? So that's what I have with going on with Halali, is that I wanted to have high social stuff, and I wanted to have a lot of options with spells. And a lot of options with actions, right? And sorcery points. So I haven't used any sorcery points. I don't really need a long rest, do I? Or a short rest, because I got my sorcery points. Um, I got Hexblade's Curse. I have good weapons and stuff like that, right? So I also wanted to be chaotic, and I got that through again a bunch of spells where like Guiding Bolt, Inflict Wounds. I have what the frick is it? Dust Devil. I love Dust Devil. I love Inflict Wounds. I love Misty Stepping, and Warding Wind is dope. Especially now when you have features like so this is the stuff we're going to be looking for, but this is the type of min-maxing I like to do, where you have features like, where is my favor by the gods is nice, font magic, meta magic, careful spell. So I can create like fucking chaos in an area, but let the party be okay, right? So that's the idea, and I can like go up front and like uh, be a real uh tasty target with all those with such little hit points. You want to go after her, right? Because if you get a hit, um, you're doing damage, and then I have to Misty Step the fuck out of there or something like that, right? But but I take actions. I eat up the action economy as a player, right? So this character eats up the action economy as a player with such high armor class and high initiative and low hit points, right? It's just like a tasty morsel, right? Plus, I have my when I do concentrate, I don't go down. I don't fail saves because I got a bunch of other stuff. So I'm like tough, right? So this character is weak in hit points, but like tough in terms of like reducing having the damage by choosing to pass a saving throw and stuff like that, right? So I like this character a lot. It was one of the first characters that I really like knew what I was doing. My first character ever, I just made Grog. I just made a big dumb Goliath barbarian, and it was like, oh, big dopey guy wants this stuff, and everybody was like, dude. And I was like, what? And they're like, have you seen Critical Role? I was like, no, I haven't. I really hadn't. And I was like, oh shit, I just made that fucking character. But I mean, you know, it's a fun character, right? So, low on strength, high dexterity. So I get grapples in, but I'm not great at keeping them on sometimes. High con, not very smart, super charismatic, right? Because I want all those spells, and definitely not wise. So she throws herself and her teammates into trouble often, right? So I'm like, oh, I'm like daring the GM to kill me, right? It's fun. It's a really fun way that we play. So and speaking of which, what I'm going to be talking about later, shit, I gotta get going. What I'm going to be talking about later is somebody who did that to me last weekend at Phoenix Fan Fusion in Death Mesa, which was super fun, right? Um, so, speaking of which, let's get this open. All right. So we're going over races, right? And we're talking about what their what the stuff what it is that they get, right? So these are the ancestries. With clanks, you get purposeful design, decide who you were created for and for what purpose, and you get +1 increase to an experience related to that. Efficient. I'm not going to go over the rules for Daggerheart. Seriously, you should just go sign up and you could read the game rules, right? But basically, this is like a racial feat, right? So and efficient. When you take a short rest, you can substitute a long rest move for one of your short rest moves. It's big. You could swap out rolling a d4 for hit points or rolling or just taking all your hit points back. That's huge, right? So you can effectively repair yourself on a short rest. That's kind of warlocky, right? Demons, I'm gonna go through this fast. Demons have Dread Visage and Fearless. When you roll with Fear, you can mark 2 stress, and Fearless, you have advantage on rolls to intimidate. So those are good for to make it with hope instead. Those are good for like social interactions and like if you boost your stress a lot to use your stress to do stuff to get a lot of hope, that would be good. So if you're a spellcaster that uses a lot of hope as your spell bonus, you would use that fearless, try and take a lot of stress and then reduce that stress, right? So that's good for like a warlock. It's a demon character, right? Draconia, elemental breath and scales, but I don't consider those like OP type thing. Except I guess in social. Everybody knows what a breath weapon is, probably. If not, you can read it. But +1 to armor for your scales. It's good, right? Any +1 to your armor, plus a hit point, plus an attribute, plus one, any +1 to some passive type attribute or evasion or anything like that is muy bueno, very good, right? So, despite my horrible Spanish. So dwarves are OP, increased fortitude and thick skin. So they're just tanky, right? You can spend 3 hope, that's a lot of hope, to have incoming physical damage. Thick skin, whenever you permanently increase your proficiency, also increase your minor threshold by the same amount. So here's the thing. Whenever your proficiency, you also include your minor threshold by the same amount, right? So that means 2, and then we'll find out. I'm not sure when the proficiencies go up again, but I know it goes to 2 on 2. I don't think it goes to 3 on 3. I think it might go up to 3 on 5. So if I was guessing based on other things I've seen. So Celestial Trance and Quick Reaction. Celestial Trance is you make an extra downtime move, so that's cool. And you can mark a stress to take advantage on a reaction roll. Those are good, but I wouldn't think those are OP in anything. But I am gonna stick. See, with Halali, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should go with something else. But fairies, wings +2 to evasion, and a luckbender +2 to evasion is huge. And luckbender is a little convoluted. Once per session, after you or an ally in close range, so 2 inches ish, make an action roll, you can spend 3 hope. It's a lot of hope to re-roll the duality dice. You must take the new result. So it's basically like advantage, like a true advantage, right? Fawn, leap and kick. They're very agile and they can kick away from enemies. Maybe Halali should be a fawn. I don't know. Find out. Furbolg, natural calm and trample. I think the trample, doing 1d12 physical damage, and you just mark a stress. You just have to come from big distance. I have a trample. It's charged, but I call it. I wrote a trample, but I have something that I use trample in one of my homebrew things, and it's a bunch of NPCs have a trample in 5e. Trample's good. Fungal. Instinct roll for ancestry. Super social OP, right? And depending on your GM. While touching a corpse that died recently, you can mark a stress to extract 1 memory related to a specific emotion or sensation. So you can extract a memory related. So if they died, I don't know. Galapa. Galapa is a tough shell of protection. The only reason that these aren't OP, I don't think, is the shell provides a natural shield. Add your proficiency to your armor score. That's awesome. But so adding your proficiency to your armor score is good, like we said from the dwarves. But slow and steady during combat, you can make an attack roll with advantage by placing an additional token on the action tracker. That means the GM gets to hit you, or gets to do more stuff, right? Giants are very tall humanoids with long arms, blah, blah, blah. We know. Endurance, what did we say? The reach in melee and the extra hit point. Giants are pretty tough, right? So you get an extra hit point and reach in melee. Goblins are, what goblins are. Once per short rest, mark a stress. And reroll an attack against you or an ally within very close range. Meh. And Surefoot, you ignore disadvantage on agility rolls. That's pretty good, right? Very specific though. Halfling, youthful spirit. Beginning of each session, give everyone in your party a hope. Boom, extra hope for everybody. That's pretty awesome. And little lucky, when you roll a 1 on your hope die, you can re-roll it, and you must take the new result, right? Well, that's pretty dope. Humans, high stamina, take an additional stress slot at character creation. I don't know. I haven't seen. I'm having trouble understanding the stress mechanic and its usefulness. I think it just comes up a lot in a lot of different places. So maybe I'm not seeing it come up, or I'm not describing to my players how to use it properly. Uh, but I'll look at that rule. Katari, feline instinct, and retracting claws. The retracting claws confers vulnerability. You can make an agility roll to scratch the target in melee range. So that's an action, right? I would say you have to spend an action token to do that. And you scratch at them, giving them vulnerability, right? Until they use a fear to clear it. Or two other, or two actions, two tokens on the tracker. When you make an agility roll, you can mark a stress to re-roll your hope die. That's okay. Orcs are sturdy. It should mark for every result of 6. Don't mark an armor slot. That's just confusing. When you use armor, roll a number of d6 equal to the armor slots you should mark. So say I use 2 armor slots to reduce the damage by if it's what by 6, right? Say my armor is 3, it's pretty low, but say my armor is 3 or 4, I can remove it by 6 or 8, and then I roll those d6s. If I get 6s, I get to reduce that armor without doing the armor slot. It's a little convoluted. I think if you're playing an orc, you remember it, but for like new players, I would tell them not to play an orc because it's a confusing mechanic for somebody who isn't used to playing that type of stuff. Tusks. Adding plus d6 to the damage roll. After making a successful melee attack, you can spend a hope to add a d6. It's alright. It's like a spell or something like that. Rivet. Amphibious, depending on the game you're playing, is super dope. And Long Tongue. I saw this get used to move a box away from a trap door. It was great, right? It was a small crate, like an egg crate that somebody was sitting on, and you can also mark a stress or finesse close weapon. You can use your long tongue to grab onto things close to you, right? And I made them do a roll for that, and I had a number, right? So I made them. They had to grab it, but I made them roll 2d12 to see if they could pull it, and I did that. I think at like a 15 or 17, right? Something like that. And then finally, Simia, natural climber, advantage on agility rolls that involve balancing and climbing, and nimble +1 to evasion at character creation. Am I gonna make Halali a monkey? Monkey Halali, pirate monkey Halali. So pirate monkey Halali, I think I'm gonna go pirate monkey Halali. Right? Those are the races. Then I'm just going to say the ones that I thought were big. Highborn, privilege on rolls involving a lot of different types of things you'd imagine you'd encounter in a fantasy role-playing environment, especially one that's set up to be like fun and whimsical, right? So that's privilege. That's a thing you can get as character trait. It's fucking great, actually, right? I'm laughing because of how good it is. These are the communities, right? So, Highborn, you have privilege. We all know what that is. It's exactly that, right? Loreborn, you have advantage on trying to remember history, culture, politics, stuff like that, because you read shit. Orderborn, my favorite, the the authoritarians of the Daggerheart universe. They're not my favorite. Record 3 sayings. This is a good thing. Or values your upbringing instilled in you. Once per short rest, when you describe how you're embodying one of these principles through your action, you can roll a d20 as your hope die instead of a d12. You can only do it once. It's pretty good, though. Ridgeborn Steady lets you just like climb rocks and stuff. I guess if you're gonna be a thief, this would be very good. Seaborn, you know the tide. You can sense the ebb and flow of life. When you roll with fear, put a token on this card. You can hold a number of tokens up to your level. Before you make an action roll, you can spend one or more of these tokens to add them as a +1 modifier to your roll. At the end of the session, clear all unused tokens. That's a good one. So, Pirate Monkey, Halali. Slyborn, Scoundrel, you get to work with Syndicate, detect lies, and find the place to hide. It's good. It's what you'd imagine. Underborn, basically like Dark Vision, so I need to look at the rules on light in this game. I need to take a closer look at the rules on light in this game. It hasn't come up in my games because I haven't led it yet. But we'll see once I understand the rules better. I'll be able to talk to that better. Wonderborn, Nomadic Pack. Your inventory once per session, you could spend a hope to reach into this pack and pull out a common item that is useful to the situation. Work with the GM. This is dependent on your GM. This could be the best friggin' thing that ever existed, and like the most fun, exciting type of character to play, or not. Right? Like it could suck. So you never know. Knife whip, you're sneaky. I can't hear you. It's great. And then we love that. That's OP. Classes. This is where things got a little hairy, right? So I'm gonna go over real quick the stuff we wrote down, right? So Bard's domains, so there's different domains, and the domains make it are the like spell list you could choose from, or just like the domain list that you could choose from. So if you're a caster like a bard, you have grace, or you have grace, which is not just a it's not just a caster thing, but they're pretty much coded as spells. And then codex, right? So you understand laws, like books, like grimoires and stuff like that, right? The starting evasion score is 9, which is pretty good, and the damage thresholds we didn't write down. So Sage, we'll go to Druid, Sage, and Arcana. We didn't write down the damage thresholds. You get Beast Form. Excellent. We also didn't write down the evasion score. Okay. This one's going to be less useful. I'm not going to go over the classes. I am going to... I already have a Simia Rogue being worked on. I think I could... She's not Simia. So, give me a second here. We're going to have to change a lot of stuff, but... I know, I am a Simia. Underborn Simia. But I shouldn't be underborn. I should be seaborn. So this character was going to be an assassin. We're not making an assassin. We're making a new type of halali. And then we're going to go to class, rogue, Nightwalker. What was the other subclass? Syndicate. Now we're going to make our Nightwalker. So Halali is a worshiper of Loviatar. She's the goddess of pain in the Forgotten Realm pantheon. So it's very like grim dark character. She's on like a redemption arc. And she doesn't... something happened in the campaign. She wants to change. So Nightwalker is a good move. So, and I already started with this. So, what I am gonna do, the starting inventory is kind of like in setting this up is kind of like not interesting, right, at all. Starting armor, it's all like typical type stuff. But what I am gonna do is not use the dagger or all right. I'm hoping this is very low in the background. For the small dagger, what I'm going to use is whip as my secondary weapon. A round shield. See, it won't let you select more. So I'm not going to put the round shield. I am going to put not arcane gauntlets, but glowing rings. 0 tier. Well, I could be a grappler. No, it's a secondary. So it's two-handed. I like these. Agility, very close. Do I have high agility? I have high agility. Very close. You know what? I'm looking at the time, and I just realized I gotta change my cause. I think it's presence. So does agility add to agility? Doesn't add to your evasion, or does it? I can't remember. This I like. This is better than D&D Beyond right now. Evasion score represents your ability to avoid attacks and other unwanted effects from adversaries. The score is you get okay. Good at acrobatics, dodging, or precise footwork. You might parry incoming blows. I understand where does it come from? While these descriptions add to your character the story of the group telling together, they don't change the normal evasion rules or give you special bonuses. All right. Where does like what's your starting? I guess your starting evasion is from your was it race or class? Hold on. You get +2 to evasion from Stimia, right? And then I think it's your class has a high evasion. So my class is Rogue. That has the highest evasion, starting evasion. That's what I did, right? We need to change these traits. So we're not using suggested traits anymore. Agility doesn't go into evasion, but I think you can if I choose nimble, right? So we got to go to. We're going to say agility, finesse, and presence. Because I know there's weapons. Oh, this is terrible music. Hold on. Ooze. Let's see what happens. Yeah. And then starting weapons, starting armor, I'm using Gambeson. Take your starting inventory. We did, and your main deck cards. So, Death Deceiver, Enrapture, Inspirational Words, Rain of Blades, Uncanny Disguise. I don't have the Nimble, right? So there is one. It's called Nimble because I have it on another character. How do you get nimble? Like being a fighter. It's in the bone, I think. Let's look. Let's look at our other character. Nimble. With this card in your loadout and half your agility score to your evasion rounded up. So she started out as 16. So we did get as much as we can, but I think that saying that if I could get her up to like, because it's a D20, and like at this level you're looking at fighting 12 is not enough. I got to get that up to like 14, right? To make it equivalent to like 16. And then no, but now if it's a level 5, if I put myself at level 7, there's so much to think about. Okay. We're not going for agility. We're going back again. And presence, finesse, so, and agility. What was my starting weapons? Was in agility. Agility very close. 2d10. Or at this level it would be 3d10 damage for the glowing rings. I like these glowing rings. Very close is 10 feet, so I can like throw them out. They're like glowing. I'm imagining them as like glowing like big ass bangles, and like you can like do like fucking cool magic moves and like do like fucking be like Mac on stage, but like, throw them out at people. So I like these weapons. So I am selecting them. I like them a lot for Halali. So I am gonna select them. And I am going to use my agility as my higher trait. And it's going to be my negative trait is going to be the same as before, strength. Right? So my instinct and knowledge, not great. But finesse, presence, and agility, very good. Difference is my agility is higher than my finesse. So we got 10 minutes. And we're only at level it's fine. Choose starting armor. Maybe I'll talk about the D&D thing another time. I think I want to make OP Halali. Oh, actually sounds good. Choose a starting armor. Gamison we like because we don't want a lot of armor. Take your starting inventory is irrelevant, like I said before. And take my domain deck cards. Pick and pull. So this character is made, I think, in Rapture. Definitely a Halali thing. Even though, so now I'm not thinking. So for this, I'm not thinking of Halali as the exact character. I'm just looking at like how I play, right? So in Rapture and Uncanny Disguise, she doesn't do that stuff. Deaf Deceiver. Grace and Midnight. So I'm not picking the Midnight stuff. So maybe I do want to be the other one. Let's go to the subclass. Syndicate is... Oh, it's always Grace at Midnight. Because it's the Rogue. The Rogue is Grace at Midnight. Alright. Yes. Okay. My bad. I'm not going to be Syndicate. I am going to stay that, and I'm going to go here, and I'm going to say, show less of that. And Rain of Blades, I already got a lot of good stuff. You can imbue your speech with enhancing power. She does heal. Gaining hope. Okay. At the beginning of a session, place a number of tokens on this card equal to your presence score. Presence is, we got to get this stuff up. All right. We got to balance her out. Right. So normally I go for the min max, minimize resources max. I'm going to go for more balanced out character. Heritage. We did an ancestry. We did a community. Experiences. I'm not going to worry about the description. The experiences are... Oh. Servant of Leviatar. Goddess of Pain. I'm not going to use the name. And we're going to say an infiltrator. She is not an infiltrator. She is a pirate. Halali's a princess, because everybody in the game groups I play in wants to be princesses. So Halali's a princess. I was the first one to start it, though. I know I'm being like a jerk about it, but the truth is I'm the one who did it first. So, if you want to be a princess in my games, I'm very open to it. I understand how princesses could have it rough. Helping, I'm not going to worry about the questions and the connections. I never even got to here, but I'm not going to worry about that stuff either. And I'm not worried about the physical description. I am worried about leveling up. Increase the severe damage threshold by 2. Great, but not, let's go level 2. Create an experience. Heavy-hearted. No. She is what was she? She's mean. She's like mean-spirited, right? Is that how you spell mean? Okay. Mean-spirited. Make sure I am spelling mean right. Okay. I'm not going to submit this online. I'm probably not going to finish it. Increase damage threshold severe to 2 by 2. Increase proficiencies. So at level 2, I was right. 2, 5, and 8. So it goes up by 1. So you go 1 to 2. At level 5, you go to 3. And at level 8, you go to 4. So plus 4 is the most you get for your proficiency. So we're going to be at at that, right? So it'll be fine. We'll get that proficiency. So level up options to selections, increase in experiences. Now, I don't know if I want to do this. And where is this 0? Where am I getting this guy from? And then I have Troublemaker, which is basically Vicious Mockery. Tell No Lies. Shadowbind. Pin enemies' shadows where they are. I don't like. These against have their shadows temporarily pinned where they are, making them restrained. Oh, so you can lock people in place. That is a control spell. Well, he does like control. Midnight Spirit. Hope to summon an arcane spirit, same size as yourself. See, I'm not getting like the sorcery stuff here. So, I think. No, I'm gonna be a shit talker. Yeah, presence roll. That's it. Well, he's a shit talker. That does work. Level 3. Oh, and we're gonna go. Oh, we did level 7. Increased damage threshold severe. Level up options. We are gonna go to increase traits twice. And we are going to increase our presence and our finesse. And then we are going to increase our agility and our instinct. All right? Not strength. Or do we just want to put our strength up to 1? So we got a 0. Just straight 2d12. I think we're going to do that. Knowing how good d12 are for the player, that's the way we're going to do it. No negatives. Chokehold! Boom! That's exactly what I want for Halali. Exactly what I want. Yes, chokehold or equally compromising position, making them temporarily vulnerable. Every attack against them while they are vulnerable from your chokehold adds 2d6 to the damage roll. Sweet. Okay, I like that. Just hypnotic shimmer. Invisibility, Veil of Shadows. I got real excited over that chokehold. Veil of Shadows. Create a temporary curtain of darkness from one point up to a range. Not yet. Maybe not at all. Are we done with level 3? That was quick. All right. Increased damage threshold severe. Level up options. I think I'm going to take her. Increase experiences. Increase evasion. Cannot select it. Already did that. Based on Halali being tough, we are going to increase her minor threshold. And then add a stress. Level 4 is our toughening up level. And then another domain card. Soothing speech, stealth expertise, through your eyes, Twilight Mark. Ooh, all right. What's Twilight Mark? Conjure a dark glyph upon their body that exposes their weak points. Ooh, buddy, that sounds real halali. Hold on a success, spend a hope to conjure a dark glyph upon. So I gotta make a spellcast roll. Then spend a hope. Expose their weak points, temporarily reducing the target's difficulty number by 1, plus my knowledge trait. Oh, the knowledge. Fucker. That's not min-maxed. Visibility. It's twice your height. Only I can see through this darkness. Gain advantage on any attacks that I make through the wall, and I'm considered hidden. On a success, you create a temporary curtain of darkness from one point up to far range from you to another, as tall as twice my height. On a success, you create a temporary curtain of darkness from one point up to far range from you to another player, as tall as twice my height. Only I can see through this darkness, gain advantage on any attacks I make through the wall, and you are considered hidden to any enemies on the other side. It will hold until you cast another spell. So I could fucking still use my... Nah, I don't think that's that great. Twilight Mark. Soothing speech, stealth expertise, and through a point a target within far range, you can now see through their eyes and hear through their ears. That's real useful. But we're going to go with Twilight Mark. And we are going to go back and we are going to change my level up options to not add a stress. Oh, wait, not that one. Knowledge. Okay. Great experience. Now, so this is level 5. We will say lost a damage thresholds and hit points. Major +1, severe +3. Nice. Proficiencies. Now, here's the thing. How am I going to multi-class? Right? So we're going to 7. Where do you get to multi-class? Multi-class. Boom. At level 5. My proficiency increases, and then I get to multi-class. All right. Bard, Guardian, Sorcerer. An additional domain. Arcana. So you only get one additional domain, but I only need one additional domain because I already got the Midnight Domain. Boom! Choose a foundation. So, extend its reach, +2 the action roll, reroll any number of damage dice, hit an additional target. Or elemental. Additionally, you could spend the hope or describe how you control over them. It helps the action. It's to do extra, like more likely to hit or more. This is the halali one. It is. So elemental and lightning. So now I gotta start dumping on lightning stuff. Grace, Midnight, Arcana. Counterspell. Ooh, boy. So, where's Arcana? I don't have a level 5 Arcana. Okay. Hush. Phantom Retreat. Oof. Hush conjures suppressive magic around the target that encompasses everything within close range. I'm guessing it makes a zone of silence. Thought Delver. Oof. As a tormentor, like the things she does, that's like on point. But I want to use the stealth through your eyes, Twilight Mark, Light, Buddy. You gonna pass up flight? I am gonna pass up flight. Cindergrass, Floating Eye, Midnight Spirit, Shadowbind, Tell No Lies, Troublemaker, Death Deceiver. Yeah, I don't have any Wall Walk, Unleash Chaos. What's that? Within far range and spend any number of tokens, channel raw energy from within yourself and unleash it against it on a successful roll equal to the tokens you spend. To the mark of stress. So hold on. Does this come with a element that lets you manipulate the shape of certain kind of element? You can channel this element into unique, harmless effects. Additionally, you can spend a hope and describe how you control over the element helps an action roll I'm about to make. And then I chose lightning, but I don't have any lightning stuff. I don't have any water, fire, air, earth stuff that I can fucking pick either. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's go. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm gonna do the other one. I'm gonna do the Death Mesa thing tomorrow. So I'll do it probably around shit. Yeah. Maybe the same time. We'll see. Whenever I'm done roller skating. What the hell was I looking at? Game rules. I want to see spells that do lightning. Character creation. Moving, fighting underwater, primary weapon, weapons. Making moves, GM moves, so lightning doesn't just come up as like a thing. That was a pretty big ask. Illusion, channel raw power. The Rune Wards, chain lightning as a spell from what? From which domain? Arcana and Midnight. That's an Arcana domain spell, right? I want that one. Where's chain lightning? Yeah, I'm streaming right now. Give me a minute. What the fuck? No chain lightning. Yeah. West, yeah. Shit, I got EG. Sweet. Sweet. So, it's an orange dream. I got ice cream, man. It's so good. It's an orange flavored EG with vanilla ice cream. So it's like an orange cream. This is so good. That sucks that I can't get chain lightning when I multi-class. And I wonder why. Let's look at the multi-classing rules. That's probably not such a big ask. So I think that just may be an error. Because if you look at domains, and then you go to the Arcana, which is the one I got, chain lightning. Is that a 5th level thing? Ah, it's a 5th level, so I gotta wait. All right, I'm just. Push it too hard. Okay. Be patient, son. We're gonna take this off. And I don't like a Phantom Retreat. I love Thought Delver. So we're going with Thought Delver. Spend a hope. Read vague surface thoughts of the target within range. Make a spellcast roll against the target to delve for deeper, more hidden thoughts. So I automatically get to get surface level thoughts. But I could try and push deeper into their minds. I like that. I like that a lot. Very halali. And then where the hell am I? Well, I was done with level 5. Level up options. More. So can I don't want to add HP. I am using a lot of stress. It looks like my character can take a lot of stress, but 2 experiences by 1. Increased my proficiency by 1. Yes. Yes. I need that. When did that show up? And why didn't I take it earlier? Add 2 armor spots. No, I did. Oh no, I got 1 more. Increased minor and major thresholds. Severe. Upgrade the subclass. We did that. Multi-class. A level 5 to 10. There it is. I got 4? Oh no. Minor. I'm going to be taking no damage or a lot of damage. And a domain deck card. Now I get to do chain lightning, right? come on, don't fuck with me. I do not see Arcana spells at level 5. Oh, man. I think that we are not really doing a great job. We have nothing that uses lightning. Damn it. Damn it. Shadowbind. Pin enemies where they are. Yeah, I think stopping. But then why am I doing Arcana, right? What am I getting out of this Arcana thing? Sometimes you gotta ask yourself these questions. What are you getting out of this multiclass? If it's not chain lightning and the ability to Ooh, I can speak into the mind of it. All right, so I see there are good stuff, right? But none of them are in the Arcana. And if I go back and not do level 5 multiclass, then what? Let's see what happens if I change the origin. This I'm getting. This song is fucking god awful. Let's skip this. Sorry, buddy. What do I get out of Primal Origin? And to change my domain deck. Watch, it's gonna give me lightning. Now I do the Unleash Chaos. So I did Thought Delver, and now I'm doing Unleash Chaos. And now I get... What do I get with this? Your Primal Origin allows you to modify the essence of magic itself. After you cast a spell or use a weapon that deals magic damage, you can mark a stress to do any of the following. Extend its reach, add 2 to the action roll result, reroll any number of the damage dice, or reroll any number of the damage dice, or hit an additional target within range. That feels like meta magic, and it also feels like Divine Soul. So we are getting something with that. Should I compare it to what I would get otherwise? Let's compare it to what I would get if I didn't do a multi-class. What if I did... What else is there? Cost 2. A multi-class costs additional class for your character, then cross out an unused upgraded subclass option. So remove. What if I upgraded a subclass? And then, oh wait, and then I can do a lot more. Hold on. Not increase minor threshold, not increase evasion. And an armor slot or evasion. More evasion, please. Evasion, evasion, evasion. Hard to hit. And then for Unleash Chaos for the domain card, place a number of tokens equal to my spellcasting trait on this card. My spellcasting trait is Finesse, so 2. What is my spellcasting trait again? Wait a minute. I guess it's whatever it is for that thing. So, because I didn't subclass, I am definitely doing magic, right? Let's push on. Level up options. Multiclass is off the table now. It only happens at level 5, and that's it. So increase minor or major threshold, increase experiences, increase 2 experiences by 1, increase a stress slot, increase traits. Now I could do this. So finesse and presence, and then +1. We're gonna do not agility. We're gonna get this present. Nope, we're not. Fuck strength. We're gonna go knowledge and agility. So you don't get anything Arcana above. You wouldn't get anything Arcana above where you took the multi-class. It looked like. So it looked like I could never get chain lightning. Shadows, Midnight Spirit. Let's go to the top. Endless Charisma. To persuade, lie, or garner favor, you can spend the hope to re-roll the hope or fear and take the new result instead. Grace Touched. I don't know what my loadout is right now. Make an armor slot instead of marking stress. Takes 2 stress. Nah. When the majority of the domain cards in your loadout are from the midnight, I need to look at this. because I think that's where I'm at. I think I'm midnight touched. Can I open it in a new window? I can open it in a new window. And I'll go till I'm done. What is my loadout? Spellcasting abilities finesse. Which is +3. So again, Halali's the same thing. She didn't have maxed out spellcasting ability because I took a feat. So my shit is all even. 333. Right? Same as actually OP Halali is +4 332. This Halali may be better. Because it's one negative, a 0, and then it's 4332. And these numbers count a little bit more percentage-wise because of the 2d12, right? So, like, your probability of rolling 13 is high. That means my agility is, what? What the hell did I just say? 17? Am I just making up numbers? I can't remember. What's my loadout? Let me see what cards I'm using. Where are my domain cards? View Vault. Thought Delver 5. I see. And Unleash Chaos. I have a lot of domain cards. Rogue. Shadow Stepper. Should I have been in... Okay. Chokehold, Twilight Mark are both in midnight, right? Yeah, midnight and grace. So right now I'm doing so I got Troublemaker, Grace, 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 Midnight, Midnight. I see what's going on here. So I don't want to specialize. Unless I want to go back and do Grace stuff. So, when a majority of the domain cards in your loadout are, let's look at what it gives me. Mark an armor slot instead of marking stress. I did this already. But when you get a critical success on an action roll, yeah, I don't think I need this. So, we're not going to do that. Phantom Dodge. Oh, sounds right. Not getting hit. When you successfully evade physical damage, you can choose to envelop yourself in shadow. Whoa, I like it. And that's it. Level 7. That is my... Now, let's see something. Let's see, is Nightwalker is finesse. Maybe the other one is agility. If it is, still only 14 to evasion. That's still not very high. 8.1. That's for damn sure. 821. But maybe I should have took something like fighter to give me evasion. The nimble. Because then I get 12 plus 2. I don't know, man. I haven't played this game a ton, so that 14, it's not feeling right. But what if I change my subdomain? Nope, still finesse. Not agility. So Nightwalker is the way to go. I think that 14 is just as high as I'm going to get it. But let's look at our cards. And change anything. And then what if instead of doing no, enrapture and inspirational words, those are good. Enhancing power. And then you can't even take them all, right? Because you gotta load out. Let's go back to it. Armor is 0, no armor, right? So as far as armor slots go, I may as well not have any. I think I should take a fighter as a multi-class because Shadow Stepper Dark Cloud. Oh, wait a minute. So this is my enhanced subclass. Make a spellcast roll on a success. Create a temporary dark cloud that covers any area within close range. That's good to avoid getting hit. And what does that mean? Spellcast roll +3. Make a spellcast roll 15. Okay. On a success, create a temporary dark cloud. Oof. Failed. So I see. I get a +3 to that roll. Chokehold. Love. Swap inspirational words out. Thought Delver. And these cost stress. Phantom Dodge. I not have Phantom Dodge on you? So you can only have 5 cards. That's rough, right? So instead of Troublemaker, you get to swap them out, I think, on a short rest, right? Enable downtime to load out and vault. At lower levels, you won't have enough cards. Cards in your loadout can be held in your hand, your vault. Swapping cards. When you begin a rest, you can swap cards between your loadout and your vault, so you can take them in and out of the vault. You must do so before you use any downtime moves. When you're not resting, you can still swap cards into your loadout, but it is stressful to do so. So without a chance to prepare, to immediately switch card from your loadout, mark stress equal to the valued card's recall cost. See the domain. So that's what that lightning number is. It takes 2 stress to swap it out. So that's the recall cost. 2, 2, 2, 1. There we go. That's what that is. So we're swapping Troublemaker out for Thought Delver. We're swapping and Rapture out for Unleash Chaos. And is that it? That's Arcana. Buddy. We fucked up. We gotta go back. Let's see what happened. We had that in there already. I think level 6 as well. Unleash Chaos. We have the wrong domain deck cards. Because we did multi-classing. So remove. And all right. Level 5's level up option. We still have upgrade subclass. We did. And man, we could just keep increasing our traits. We cannot do a subclass. So what was upgrade subclass? What did that do? Take an upgraded subclass card, then cross out the multi-class option for this tier. Game rules. Rogue. Subclasses. Foundation, I guess. Once per session, you can briefly call for it. That's what happens when you do a Dark Cloud. That's what it is. That's what happens. You go Shadow Stepper and Dark Cloud. And mastery is cloaked. That's not that great. I think I'd rather add to my evasion. So we're gonna not do that again. Right. Apologies, but my level up options are not correct. We are going to remove the upgrade subclass. We're going to multi-class into I want to say a fighter. Because they get bone and nimble. So what has bone? What has bone? Bard does not use bone. Grace and Codex. Ranger? I don't think a lot of these are ranger. It is bone though. Wizard does not use bone. No, Codex is splendor. Warrior. Blade and bone. And Seraph is grace and splendor, or splendor and valor. Guardian is valor and blade. So warrior. Only one thing uses bone is warrior. A ranger is bone and sage. So then we go for the bone. Halali's going for the bone. Phrasing. Warrior. And she's a war mage, so sure, why not? Bone domain. And the foundation is called the Slayer. Oh, there are known as your Slayer dice. Store a You can store a number of Slayer dice equal to my proficiency. When you make an attack roll or a damage roll, I can spend any number of these Slayer dice, rolling them and adding their value to the total. At the end of a session, clear any remaining Slayer dice. Make an attack roll or a damage roll. Just add those d6s. Sure. I love doing tons of damage and I love getting kills. So. And we did all of this for something very specific, which was nimble. Boom. We've done it. Right? And then choose a domain card here. I like how they go to where, I like how this goes to where you haven't filled something out yet. That's a good feature. And now you get the bone up to level 4, right? Yeah, it seems like you only get 738. How are we gonna do list view? And we will list by level 1, 2, 3, 4. Boost, redirect, and know thy enemy. What's boost? Do I get boost? No, I get brace. When you use an armor slot to reduce incoming damage, I do not have armor. Is there an unarmed thing? There is. Oh, no, wait. There's an unarmored type thing. Never upstaged. Hold on. Stealth expertise. I'm going down because like I got other stuff in the bone. I see it coming when I'm targeted by an attack coming from beyond melee range, which I stay out of melee range. To increase my evasion. But we need to have these available. I can't use this stuff all at the same time. Strategic approach. No. Ferocity. Number of hit points. Evasion by the number of hit points dealt. This bonus lasts until after the next attack that targets me. Jeez. Brace when you are using an armor slot to reduce incoming damage. I have no armor slots. Twilight Mark. I already got. Your eyes, stealth expertise. So now I don't have any more bone. So no level 4 or 5 bone. It's only level 3. And I don't want tactician. I might want ferocity. I think I want ferocity. But then I gotta hold on to it. Keep doing that. When I have Dark Whispers, mind of any person, mass disguise. When you have a few minutes of silence to focus, I can mark a stress to change the appearance of every willing. Oh, man. Never upstaged. No, share the burden. Hush. Dark Whispers. I love communication spells. But this is it. Like, and we're getting close to like full power here at level 7. Character sheet. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. The evasion went down. How the fuck did that happen? Oh, man. Boo. The evasion went down. $15. There we go. Phantom Dodge. We're swapping and Rapture out for Phantom Dodge. And Chokehold we're keeping. Twilight Mark we're keeping. And Inspirational Words. Swapping out for Dark Whispers or Troublemaker? Dark Whispers. There you go. So now I'm successfully evading, hopefully much more often. And I don't have another bone. I only have the one bone. Cancel. Dark Whispers, Chokehold, Twilight Mark. Call of the Slayer is awesome. Simia, Natural Climber, Seaborn, Know the Tide. Oh man, that's a lot to remember. Battle Strategist. And an Attack of Opportunity. Ignore burden when equipping weapons. Whenever you roll damage, add extra physical damage equal to my level. Holy shit. So, hide and sneak attack. I can still Shadow Step. But I got Call of the Slayer. Balance and Climbing, which is very much halali. Hold a number of tokens up to your level. Before you make an action roll, I can spend one or more of these tokens and add them as +1 modifiers to my attack. So I'm hitting more efficiently. 1 + 2 is +3 when I use the Twilight Mark. And my spellcast roll is a 15, I think. I don't know where that comes from. Well, so that was a 15. And Chokehold. What? That's Chokehold. That's not what I wanted. I wanted Twilight Mark. What is the spellcast roll? Combat training spellcast is finesse. Spellcast roll. Here we go. Spellcast roll is a type of action that is used when you are. Click to see more. Referring to specific stat and the character, these rolls use spellcast stats. Difficulty that must pass, right? So if there's a parentheses, there's a difficulty. Okay, what if it doesn't say? So these are called for like the spellcast roll or spellcast roll 14. Instead of referring to a specific stat on the character sheet, these rolls use the spellcast stat of your class, which is finesse. As with trait rolls, there's a number in if there's a number in parentheses, the difficulty then must pass in order for it to be a success. So, as with trait rolls, if there is a number of parentheses in the parentheses, that is the difficulty that they must pass in order for its success. If a spellcast roll is intended to damage a target, it is also considered an attack roll. You generally need to be using a specific spell to make a spellcast roll. You can't just make up magic effects that aren't on your character sheet or cards. However, the GM discretion might allow you to creatively apply the existing spell in an unusual way, and you can always favor your magic to match for the kind of character you're playing. But that flavor shouldn't give you access to effects you wouldn't normally be able to perform. So, target within very close range on a success. It doesn't say what a success is, so I'm guessing against their difficulty. Yeah, that's what it's got to be. It's got to be a spellcast roll against their difficulty. So some spells are a number, and some are against a specific difficulty. So Nimble's always going to be in that thing, right? Temporarily reducing the target's difficulty number. So you do a spellcast roll, you try to hit that difficulty. If you do, you reduce their difficulty by 3. I mean, if you do that early on, that could have a major effect on the fight. So you're reducing their difficulty by 3, meaning that's pretty good. That is pretty fucking good. And if I were to boost my knowledge instead of my presence, so I really don't use presence. I'm definitely using my agility though. Let's equip these weapons so I can see what type of damage I'm doing. Oh man, I didn't even have that on. Derp. Minor health, grappling hook, whip, flowing rings. Now, can I put this in there or does it swap it out? It doesn't swap it out. And then 4d10 plus 9, plus 4 to hit. And the whip uses my presence, not finesse. I definitely are using stuff for finesse though. Dark Whispers. Mark a stress to make a spellcast roll against them. On a success, you can do one of the where are they? What are they doing? What are they afraid of? Who do they cherish most in the world? Oh my god, that's a dark one. Choose to envelop myself in shadow. In close range of the target that attacked you. You remain hidden until the next time you make an action roll. Great. Chokehold. While hidden, when you successfully position yourself behind the creature. This is fucking... Lolly's a fucking badass. So I get to be hidden. I get to fucking disappear behind somebody when I have advantage on an attack. Or an ally is in melee range of my target. I add d6 to the damage. Hide. While you're out of sight, stress usually becomes hidden, giving disadvantage to rolls against me. But you don't get advantage. Oh, wait. When you leave hidden to make an attack, the roll has advantage. Boy, Halali's going to be yoking motherfuckers up with the goddamn whip. Just choking people out left and right and left and right and left and right, right? And reducing the difficulty. She's very different. She is very different. She's a martial, like, ninja now. But she still fits the theme. She doesn't fit the... Oh, what if I made her a human? What would happen if I made her a human? No, I get the evasion +1. You gotta have a Simeon. So I wouldn't play Halali like this. So in all honesty, this is what I'm gonna submit for the it's just so hard to hit, right? I wouldn't play Halali like this. I would change it up. I wouldn't do what I have. I'm gonna rebuild Halali. I wouldn't do what I currently have, but this one is wild. That took me 2 hours. But we are gonna rename her OP Halali. OP and the portrait. We're not gonna change the portrait. We're not gonna upload. Oh, you know what? Forget it. We're just gonna upload a Halali image. That's all. RPG character sheets. One. Man. Personal characters. Halali. There we are. And we're gonna go with this token. Boom. We're gonna leave her as a Simeon because this is made to be a OP character. Who I like Simeon. Maybe she shaves. You don't know. I'm gonna change her other stuff, but I think Acolyte of the Goddess of Pain, Pirate, Mean Spirited, Lost a Friend is all stuff you can use, right? So if Acolyte of the Goddess of Pain, if I'm ever in a torture session, that's +3 to my rolls, right? I just spend hopes and I get +3s in interrogation and stuff like that. Pirate stuff. Everybody likes pirate stuff. I guess using the whip. It having to do with whoever on a boat. I just like having pirate in there. I think because she's crinty, mean spirited, and lost a friend. So that's friggin' wild. That's wild. Evasion 11 from my class, +1 from Simia, 1 at level 2, +2 from the nimble, and +1 from the Gambison. That's the highest evasion I could get for myself. If anybody's getting higher evasion scores, please let me know. Let me know how you did it, because I feel like evasion for that is a lot. I really pulled everything I could out to get that evasion score. All right, I'm done. I will see you tomorrow talking about my D&D 5e Death Mesa session.